Hello, welcome to Geek Out with Jane. Today we're going to talk about animal fat. So the big question that I guess a lot of people are asking is, what is the deal with animal fat? Should I eat animal fat? And like many people, I was brought up thinking that fat is bad. Have as little fat as possible. Eat and cook with as little oil as possible, especially if it's saturated fat. And nowadays, there's so many conflicting voices, even among scientists and doctors. Many paleo and ketogenic supporters say saturated fat is fine or even good. And many people have shared testimonies about getting off high blood pressure, high cholesterol medications, and reverse other symptoms by switching to animal fats, with some eating lots of it. But medical doctors and scientists are still very divided on it, with some still sticking to the conventional view that saturated fat leads to heart disease and many other health issues. So, as usual, I needed answers. Over the years, I have spent time learning a lot more about fat, and I'm just sharing my personal understanding of the subject with the hope that it would be helpful for you. So first of all, what is this thing we call fat? And what are the different types of fats? Well, fats are molecules that consist primarily of carbon and hydrogen atoms. Saturated fats have no double bonds between the carbon atoms, so their carbons are saturated completely with hydrogen atoms, which results in a very straight structure that allows molecules to pack together very densely. Besides saturated fats, all other fats have double bonds in their chemical structure. So monosaturated fats have one double bond. Polyunsaturated fats have at least two or more. These double bonds cause a kink in the fatty acid, which means they can't pack together as densely. That's why saturated fat is often solid, whereas unsaturated fats are often liquid even at cooler temperatures. However, these double bonds are also a weak link in the chemical structure. The more weak links you have, the easier it can oxidize into free radicals and cause damage in our bodies. So lots of people talk about oxidation and free radicals, but it's so vague and kind of complicated. So let me try to explain what I understood of it. Oxidation in a fatty acid happens when a carbon in between two double bonds loses its hydrogen atom, at which point it's quickly attacked by oxygen to become a free radical, which means that it has an unpaired electron. Electrons, as some of us know, have a strong drive to exist in pairs. So these free radicals are highly reactive things. Free radicals will oxidize other molecules, or they bind to proteins and other molecules, altering their structure and function, and then causing things like DNA damage and cell dysfunction and cytotoxicity. This leads to problems such as cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular, neurological, and other inflammatory diseases. So, not oxidizing is definitely a big plus for saturated fats. But other than that, what else is good about saturated fats, really?
Hello， 我是 Helen， 她是 Jane。在我快病倒的时候 ，Jane 用食物救了我。从此，我们开始将食物治愈的能力分享给更多人。我们还在公众号里做了一期关于 AIP 的视频课，希望我们的努力会对您或您的家人朋友有帮助。